Welcome to Sneakers and Strategies, the podcast where high-level marketing throws on a fresh pair of kicks and hits the streets. Host Nick Kastner will help you find practical, actionable marketing insights that move with you. In Season 3, Nick's switching gears and going all in on Agile marketing. If you're still clinging to rigid plans and red tape, this season's your wake-up call. It's time to move fast, break patterns, and actually get done.
This is Sneakers and Strategies, where big marketing theories stop pretending and start performing. I'm Nick, and as you already know, Season 3 is all about Agile marketing. It's not just a buzzword, but it's a mindset. It's a street-level strategy that can save you time, help you focus, and improve your results. So today, I'm talking about a toxic behavior and killer in a lot of businesses, and those are silos. And I'm really putting the spotlight on one of the most powerful of the Agile values, and that is cross-functional collaboration over silos and hierarchy. Because, look, I don't care how talented your people are. I don't think that you necessarily need to care about how talented your people are, especially if they're stuck behind approval walls, department turf wars, egos in corner offices, even floor to floor, department to a department. You're going to lose if they're not working together every time. Silos are really where good ideas and strategies go to die. So in marketing, we see silos happen frequently. It can happen in the business side of things, or even within the marketing department. When one team works on one floor, creative works on another floor, your development team's on another, data lives in some gated spreadsheet somewhere that not everyone has access to. Customer service doesn't talk to marketing, sales hates marketing, and no one talks until there's some big sort of launch or they're forced to talk to each other. And so here's what happens in the real world. Campaigns are built with no customer data or design that doesn't actually match development timelines. Copy and copywriters who've never even seen the product. Marketing efforts that actually don't align with what anyone else is doing. There are turf battles for budget, staff, results, mentality that drives great talent away. And honestly, the end result is just disconnected garbage. You get stuff that looks fine in a slide deck or fine in a spreadsheet, but as soon as it hits the real world and you have to apply it, it just fails. Why? Because you didn't build it together. No one's working together. There's no communication across the board. And if you've worked in marketing longer than a week, you've seen it. It could be in small ways. It might be throughout an organization. It can be one sales guy or the entire team. I've seen it in small organizations. I've seen it in university settings. It's really like a pandemic of, clutching ownership of small tasks. It's not really the way that business works well. I've been in situations personally where I've been attacked by other staff members in other departments because they didn't see the value in marketing. I've had students who actually told me that they thought marketing was worthless the very first time they took a marketing class. It's sort of a crazy thing, but when you build and work in these silos and you don't understand what everyone is doing, it creates some massive problems. But what Agile marketing says, at the Agile Marketing Manifesto, says that you should pull in the development team. You should loop in the product team or the sales team, work together. Let data speak in the meeting. Let the data team speak in the meeting. Build as one unit. Work together, not as like a daisy chain of handoffs and bottlenecks. It's this idea that cross-functional collaboration isn't just this thing that helps us sing Kumbaya and make us all feel good. It actually can become a competitive advantage for your organization. Think of collaboration as like a superpower for organizations that know how to use it. Collaboration really provides a number of things, but there are 4 really powerful strengths that it gives you. So the first is speed. When everyone is in the room, when you start the project, you skip weeks of back and forth. You can move faster and be more agile because everyone knows what everyone else is doing. Also, the next strength is clarity. You don't waste time guessing what product meant when they developed something or waiting for design to sign off or waiting for someone to sign off on creative. There's no question about who is on what page or what you're trying to accomplish. Everyone's building the same thing. And if you all are working together, you all know that and you can see it. Ownership. So when a developer or a designer and a strategist all build something together, they care more about it. They're aiming at the same goal. That pride drives better results. And again, it's a superpower. And the last thing is creativity. You want new ideas? Mix disciplines. Put different people in the room. Data people will ask questions creatives never thought of. Creatives and your creative director and creative teams will challenge the default user experience that development was building. Sales will challenge all of it, but they'll actually come at it from the perspective of the customer. And that tension, that's where magic lives. That's where you can actually do some really powerful things together. The other thing that kills collaboration is hierarchy. Hierarchy in an organization is like this corporate disease that kills momentum and growth. It's what we call the hippo in business, right? The highest paid person's opinion. It's that just seeping through the organization as a mentality. Because someone makes more money, it means their ideas are better. But in highly collaborative organizations, no one cares how much someone makes. And it's because in old school marketing organizations, everything flowed top down, right? So the CEO and the leadership team would meet, leadership would tell marketing, or strategy, the strategy team would make the call, creative would execute it, and no one questions anything until something breaks. And then when it does break, the person that executed the idea will be the one to fall on the sword for it, although it wasn't even their idea in the first place. But here's the thing, the people closest to the customer, your social media team, your customer experience representatives, content writers, often actually have the best insights. Those aren't always the hippos in your company. They're not the vice presidents and the directors. And if you only listen to those people with the title, you're missing the truth on the ground. You're missing an opportunity. They have such great insight that can help drive you forward. So Agile teams flatten the room, right? So you're in a circle. You're not in this pyramid, right? It's not about a title. They create space. So Agile teams create space where junior staffers can speak up, analysts can challenge assumptions, and feedback goes both ways. And that's a winning strategy. And for some, that might feel like chaos, but it's not chaos, it's progress. So how do you build a team that actually collaborates? Here's the starter pack, right? So here's some keys. So number one, have one shared goal. The goal cannot be, well, sales wants good leads and product wants adoption, or development needs more leads for fundraising. Everyone aligns around one outcome. That requires strategy. One thing I frequently see organizations do is state one of these goals, quote unquote, up top, like leads, for instance. I've heard them say, we want more leads, without quantifying what that means. So if we want more leads, wanting more leads is not a goal. That's something that you want. Saying that you want 10 more leads, or 10% more leads, or 20% more leads, or 100% more leads, that's a goal. So you can't say you want more without saying how much more. That leads to real goal setting and real collaboration to aim at the target, real planning, real strategy, real budgeting, all those things. Number two, you have to have the core team, right? So what does your core team look like? You have to have the right people in the room. So for instance, in an ideal world, a marketing team might consist of someone who's leading strategy or project management. So they may be leading both, or you may have someone in strategy and someone in project management. That's a win. Someone in charge of content, a designer, a developer or a technology partner, someone overseeing analytics and data, and then a stakeholder, right? Someone from product or customer experience, or even including a customer that's really trusted in that conversation, or the sales team, someone from the sales team in that group. So having that group of people, right? So there's 6 or 7 people in that core group. That's a win for your marketing team. Next, establish a rhythm, right? So you have to go fully agile. Have weekly stand-ups. Do quick retrospectives once the project's done. Use Slack or Microsoft Teams channels that cut across org charts so people can get in touch with one another when they need them. Okay, number 4, shared tools. You don't need 10 platforms that no one uses. Use one place to track the work and make sure everyone's in it and everyone uses it. And then the 5th thing is customer value. That's your North Star, right? That's what marketing does, is create value. So every function filters through their work through it. So if we're not creating value, we're actually detracting from it. We're causing problems for the organization. So the idea of Agile and collaboration, it's not a task force. It's none of that business language. It's the engine of Agile. Now, I will tell you up front, this is going to rattle cages in some organizations. Some people are going to hate it. It takes away their power and their ability to boss people around. Some people really like their silo. They don't like having to work with other people. They like working in their corner office and not dealing with anyone and telling everyone else what to do. They like that control. And they like the top-down decision-making because it makes them feel safe. But here's how you handle that. First, you got to show wins fast. You run a small cross-functional project. You ship it out in 2 weeks. Show real data. That opens doors. You show the win and what you learn from it. Number 2, pick your battles. Not every campaign needs a full team. Start where the stakes are high, product launches, new markets, anything experimental. And you don't have to have everyone for everything, right? So, but for this project, for whatever the battle you're going to fight to get this started off is, you do. And then the hardest part is over communicating. Silos happen when people feel out of the loop. You have to make collaboration visible. And that can be the hardest part because it holds you accountable too, right? So this can be the hardest part because it takes time, it holds you accountable, and you have to make time to make it work. So make sure you celebrate. So as you're over communicating, you have to also make sure that you're celebrating the crew, not just the individual heroes on the team, right? Collaboration, not silos. Collaboration, not hierarchy. It's not about individualizing this. It's about making sure everyone feels heard. A great rule that I've learned in my career is it's always we, not I. You've heard this whole business saying where they say there's no I in team, right? It's kind of cheesy. Well, really, collaborative teams rise and fall together, not individually. This whole idea of there's no I in team, it might sound cheesy, but the truth is, really collaborative, servant leadership-driven organizations and marketing teams, there is no I. You win and lose together. And so that agile collaboration, it doesn't kill structure. It actually just kills stale structure. It forces you to work together. All right, so time to put sneakers on this strategy. Your sneakers and strategy challenge for this week. I want you to pick one project or one campaign you're working on and bring in someone new, right? It can be one person from any function in your company or organization who's never been in that room before. Maybe it's product, maybe it's data, maybe it's sales, maybe it's operations, maybe it's someone from customer service. And all you're going to do is ask this simple question. What would you change about this if you were running it? Then listen. And maybe that answer shapes your next move. Maybe it sets the tone for your campaign. That's cross-functional collaboration on the ground floor in real life. And if you're leading the team, make sure that you're setting the tone. Make sure you have the right people in the room, you build the rhythm, you follow the results, all the things we've talked about over these past few episodes. All right, so that's it for this episode. Next time on Sneakers and Strategies, we're talking about the final Agile marketing value number 5, responding to change over sticking to the plan. It's how to pivot without panic, right? And why adaptability is really your deadliest weapon as an organization. Thanks for hanging out with me on Sneakers and Strategies. If you're enjoying the podcast, subscribe, support it, leave a review, connect with me on LinkedIn, all the things, so we can keep this rolling. That's it for this episode. I'll see you next time as we again discuss Agile marketing, closing out the values, and just a few more ways to stay a step ahead of your competition.